Hello Lotus Beans, and welcome to the Lotus program. Oh, it's amazing that the time is here. You know, it's been such an incredible birth process. And obviously today it's not just a celebration of the launch of the program, it's also the celebration of the first day of our new 9-month cycle. So for those of you that I've not connected to before, my name is Jyoti and I'm going to be one of the facilitators of this program. And it's a real blessing to be bringing this forward with two other incredible facilitators. You know, the timing is literally perfect, and you know, we really deserve to step into the life that we want to lead and the truest version of ourselves. And this program is going to offer you many tools and insights and downloads that you can use to support yourself, to transform and be the person that you've come here to be. You know, it's we're not going to spoon feed you, because that's not what it's about either. We're going to create the buffet and then you decide what you take from the buffet, you know? Like, it's all going to be laid out for you, and how you interact with that is going to be maybe different to other people on the course, and that's totally fine, because with all of this stuff, you know, it's different things in different ways resonate with different people because we are all different codes. So I feel it's important for you to get to know your Mayan signature, because the time framework that we're working within is the 9-month Tolkien calendar, and again the first day of that is today. So if you look through the manual, you'll see a link that you can follow to find out what your signature is. And from that, that will help you to contextualize the course for you, because there will be specific days within this 40-day energy process that will have more meaning for you, because they will be a match to your personal signature. So I'm a red crystal dragon, I'm a red dragon, that's the energy that I have beamed in with, that's my mission. And today, the first day of the energy sequence, is red magnetic dragon. So today for me anyway is a key day, because it matches what I beam out to the universe. Today the universe in an aspect is beaming down the same code, and that leads really nicely into what I would like to be talking about today. So the idea that everything is a code, a program, an energy sequence. You know, it's like we're all little pieces of sacred geometry, you know, manifestations of sacred geometry in certain patterns. And that means that we're all different, you know, we're all different, but the one thing that is constant is we can either be in the past, the future, or the present. And when we're in the present, we are in our true energy sequence. And I'd like to talk about this idea of the trust of that moment, because we have the opportunity to really let go of this idea of expectations. We have the opportunity to really step into permission. So giving ourselves permission to experience the moment in whatever way that comes in. Giving other people permission to experience the moment in whatever way that comes in. And a trust of the moment. Because as I've just said, you know, everything is a code, and we will only ever receive or experience what is a match to that code. It's not about our heads planning and saying this needs to happen at this time in this way, It's about our heart and the universe matching up and saying, okay, what needs to happen for the highest good of all concerned? And that doesn't mean it's going to be happy clappy. A lot of the time what that means is it's going to be oh, there's some shadow for you to transform here. So for instance, I was wanting to do this video a little earlier and it wasn't the right time, but I tried to push it. So I created this video that I thought was amazing, it was perfect, it covered everything that needed to be covered. And then I tried to upload it to YouTube and YouTube wouldn't have any of it. So even though I went into it in this kind of lower part of myself, wanting to create, wanting to have this thing happen, what I actually got was a reflection of my shadow. Because through the video not uploading, I accessed all of that emotion within me. It was an opportunity for all of that emotion to come up. The frustration, the anger, the feelings of powerlessness. All of a sudden that was all there and it was tangible. And I was like, oh, you know, why is this not working? Boom. That's why it's not working. Because all of that emotion was stored up inside of me. And when all of that emotion is stored up inside of me, or is stored up inside of you, we cannot channel what we're here to channel. Because our body system has got corrupted codes in it. So as opposed to just being a channel for the divine and allowing that energy to come in and out and for us to beam in, we're not able to fully get into our bodies. Our spirit is, it's like it can't fully get in because there's this clog. So in each moment, we're either going to be channeling or manifesting the clog. Either is perfect because they feed into one another. So within this program, it's key for you to be looking at what your clogs are. This isn't a fast track. Nothing on this planet is a fast track. We have to do the shadow work. We have to go into ourselves and allow all of that stored experience to come up through the emotions and be given permission to be felt and released. So with this idea that we have corrupted code within us, it really highlights the idea of this cyclical reality that we live within. So with this 9-month Mayan calendar, we're constantly going through this same energetic frequency that was created in utero, you know, and it's constantly coming around, it's constantly coming around, it's constantly coming around. And the more that we tune into this alternative time reality that is cyclical, and the more that we give ourselves the opportunity to map and record what happens on specific days for us within this pattern of cycle, we then get to see the patterns. We get to really tangibly experience, oh my goodness, that is the same energy, that is the same challenge, that same button within me has been pressed again on that same energy frequency day. And even though the characters might be different, even though the context might be different, that feeling in me of powerlessness, of rage, of anger has come up again on that same day. And it really helps those lower parts of ourselves that see things as linear, which we know it's not, to really drop into an understanding and a trust, to be able to then be open to the moment and to trust that everything that's coming into our experience is what we need to be experiencing. So with the map that we have been given, you know, with this Tolkien calendar, with the manual that you've received, we have to create the context. It's like context. We are the explorers of the inner universe, and we are here to record and see what lands we have discovered, you know. So within these buttons that have been pressed within us, As we recognise the patterns, we are then given the opportunity to follow these patterns backwards until we get to the core experience, because the core experience that created these feelings is why these things keep repeating for us. It's why we have a button, a trigger, a reaction is a portal to healing that thing that happened way back when. The present is never just the present. It's built up of all of the past experiences. So also, as we record what's going on for us and we begin to use the different techniques that are on offer and that we're going to be providing through this course, as we allow them and ourselves to trace back what our experiences are actually highlighting, you know, what is the core of this reaction? So for me, with the video, you know, what is the rage? What is it about? What is this powerlessness about? When did I first feel like that? And what is echoing? And as we follow that back to the root, then all of a sudden we get to the core and we can begin working on transforming the core. Because it's never about what's happening in the present reality. It doesn't matter that YouTube wasn't working, you know? But it gave me the portal into doing some healing. And that's the thing to remember on our individual sphere and on the world stage as well. It's always about how it makes us feel. We can't go in and change something with action. We cannot overwrite the code. We have to remove the wounding code. We have to remove whatever it is that makes us react in that way. We have to remove what the root of that emotion is. The experience that we had when we were 6 years old that created that energy frequency within us that's constantly been attracting situations to bring it to our attention and say, hey, you need to heal this, you need to integrate this part of yourself. And as we begin to really drop into this understanding, all of a sudden our expectations, our need for control, our fighting against the present begins to reduce and reduce and reduce, because we're able to trust. We come back into that trust of reality, and we know that it always, always has our back. That there is something within this mystical universe that wants us to heal, that wants us to transform, and that totally holds space for us if we're willing to go there. So to begin this journey, this wonderful, incredible, transformational 40-day journey, I would really suggest that you begin to map your reality. And another element of things that you can begin to do is look at key events from your past, whether that's relationships, whether that's family situations. Put them into the calendar, the mind calendar, and record what dates they are. Record what energy frequency date it occurred on. Because then again, you know, okay, that pattern was created then, or that pattern was resonating then. So the next time that energy frequency comes back, I'm going to have an opportunity to see, have I transformed any of these beliefs, or are they still resonating in the same way? And then you can begin to dissolve them again, you know? It's like, it's just always looking at what's resonating with the lower parts of myself, my fear, my pain body, and what's resonating with my higher self. And each time we go through this 9-month cycle consciously, we see that we're getting closer to resonating with our higher self. But there are still other parts of us to clear. And it's just a big, wonderful process, and we're all in it together. And honestly, like, the synchronicity that we feel, it's just us coming into